Welcome to Taja Michelle's ministry. I thank you for liking and subscribing. I thank you for the newcomers. I thank you for everyone that come and support the channel. I thank you for everything that you do. Um I thank you for whatever you do. I thank you. And I just wanted to come and say thank you again. But I really um would like to recognize the new subscribers that just come through and may not say anything. I just want to just you know, come on and say thank you for coming to the Soul Tie family. I thank you for that, and I thank you for just stopping by because I know it could be anything else that you want to do, but you decide to come and just listen. I thank God for each and every one of you. Okay, today I want to talk about I want to just make something kind of clear with um when you how can I say it? When I want y'all to have a different mindset when it comes to people. When it comes to people, you don't have to be um jealous or envious of anybody. God got enough room for you to do his work. You don't have to try to I, I don't like you to I want you to wake up and think about the good thoughts in your head because everything starts with a thought. And I want you to know that you don't have to be jealous or you don't have to be worried about nobody and what they got going on because you know all of us need to work on ourselves and I have to work on myself all the time. And the reason why I tell you that is when you work on yourself, you learn stuff. God teaches you different things when you work on yourself. So you don't have no business being have no. I don't feel like you have a reason to hate somebody or not to like somebody or dislike somebody because you feel like they're in a place that you are not. I just don't feel like that because God don't have a perspective person. So I just want to say this is what I want to say in the beginning. Work on yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Find, it's something, you have a purpose. Find out what your purpose is and walk in your purpose. And make sure that you walking in your purpose. Ask God to humble you in your purpose and ask Him to help you in your purpose and to help you get where you need to be. And that way, once you work in your purpose and you don't have time to worry about what nobody else doing because we have to each and every one of us have to work on ourselves. So if you feel if you because I feel this in the energy so bad that we are the energy is so high with this that we just want to stop people, block people. I don't even got it in the spirit. I done heard that we want to even want death to come on people, but see, that's not of God. Being jealous and envy and all that stuff, that's not of God. It is not of Him. He is a peaceful soul. So I don't know why we think that we supposed to we supposed to hate one another. We're not supposed to hate one another. We're supposed to be joyful when a person is going where they need to go. We should encourage them to keep moving forward. We should not never be jealous. That's not what God intended for us to be. He intended for us to be a free spirit, to where that when somebody else is doing good, we supposed to glorify Him for the blessing that they have. We're not supposed to hate one another. And I want y'all to think about the way you're thinking about stuff, because that's the enemy only. He's a dark soul. He wants to keep you in darkness. So if you got somebody that you don't like, you need to think about why you don't like that person. I mean, have that person really did something to you? Or they have the and most time the people that you don't like, they haven't really did nothing to you. Most of the time y'all be done did something to them. And that's just how it is. I don't know why it's like that, but it's like that. But I want y'all to rethink your thinking, and I'm gonna keep preaching and teaching this because hatred is not that something that we should be we should be walking in. We shouldn't be walking in hatred. We shouldn't be walking in strife. We shouldn't be walking. I know everybody not on the same level, and I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that we should not be jealous of one another. We should not want to block one another. That is not what God is calling us to do. He's not calling God don't call division. Only the enemy calls division. So I want you to understand that when you feel like you got to block, stop, do harm to a person, or wish somebody dead and all that stuff, you need to go and you need to repent and ask God to help you with that. But that is not of him. If you trying to stop somebody or you envious of somebody, it's some stuff with you not right. And that's what the Holy Spirit is speaking to me. He wants you to work on that. But this is what he gave me today. Now that was just something I just had to get off my chest. But what he gave me today was um for your shame it should be you gonna get double. Okay, what he trying to say is for your shame you gonna get double. So that means if you been doing what God asked you to do, and you've been repenting, you've been asking God to humble you and you've been doing what God called you to do. And you walk it in your purpose because you don't worked on yourself. You don't got, you're not all the way where you need to be, but you're not where you used to be. And God done put you in a place where you got a peace and you know what to let go of, and you know what to let go of, and you know what to hold on to. Some things, some people can't go where you going at in this season. Some people can't do what go and do walk with you in this season because you going on a different pathway. See, he said he gonna give you double. He gonna for your shame, he gonna give you double. That means that when they humiliated you, when they talked about you, when they slandered your name, because we talked about this the other day, because he gave me some more with that. When they tried to block you, stop you, and keep you from going where you need to go, because they feel envious of you, or they feel like you don't deserve the blessing. This is for, I don't know who this for, but and they feel like you don't deserve it, and but how can somebody tear something down that they didn't build? See, God builds you up as you as you get a closer relationship with Him. See, like I tell you, I can only use me as an example. They always trying to block me, stop me, tell me what I can't do, how I can't do. It go. I don't listen. I don't take orders from man. I take orders from God. So I don't. When a man come tell me something, what I have to do is I have to go pray about it, because I know that we can listen to people and they can make us miss an opportunity, or they can make us, because we think they for us, but they really trying to destroy us. That's why you see most people that how can I put it? I ain't gonna say chosen. I don't know how to put it. But when you see somebody walking with God, they mostly by themselves. They don't have followers with them. So what I wanna say is that you need to know that God is a gracious God, and He cares about each and every one of us. So what He wants us to do. He wants you to know, no matter what you went through, even when you was a child, and you was how can I say it, and they mistreated you, when the teachers mistreated you, when they picked on you, when even in that little bad situation you had when you was a child and you couldn't protect yourself. Do you know that God gonna give you double for that? He gonna give you double for your children. Now this is what He told me. Some of y'all done had inheritance that been taken from you. I got that too. Done got stuff that been taken from you in an inheritance. And in the inheritance, they took what belonged to you. And you know what? Now they done took that portion and they done spent that because God showed it to me. They took that portion, they done spent it. But what He's saying is, I'm gonna take you. You just keep doing what I tell you to do. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna see some of them gonna lose their very life for what they did to you. And that's what God spoke to me. Because see, when you become a hindering spirit for somebody over the years, over the years, over the years, over the years, and you just don't stop, then God remove hindering spirits. Now you don't get to choose how He does it, but some of them gonna lose their very life because they just won't leave you alone. They just won't not stop. They keep messing with you. They keep because they think that you supposed to still be back there because they back there. They back there because it's a choice and like it's no such thing as being stuck. You stuck because you want to be stuck. You don't have to be stuck. When that word say that you don't have to be stuck, that you stuck because you afraid to move. And see, that's fear of the enemy. The enemy wants you to be fearful. He wants you to stay stuck because he wants you to die in your sins. See, what God is trying to say, if you come out what you in, and you keep moving, like I tell you, when you keep working on yourself, you keep loving on yourself, you keep, asking me to help you and break those strongholds off you, to break those soul ties off you, and keep asking Him that childhood abuse that you were at, that you had when you was a child. When He asks you when you keep asking Him to help you with that, and He start to break those chains off of you, you gonna understand that you gonna go to a whole nother level. Then he gonna take you to the point where he gonna give you double for your trouble. That means that your humiliation that you had publicly, your humiliation that you had, you know, when you was out there in the street doing stuff you ain't had no business doing. We all got a past. So why do you want to take somebody past and hold it against them? Why do you want to take somebody past and don't think that they can change when we serve a God that can take us from here to here in the nighttime. You wake up in the morning, you could be uninvested in something, and then you see it done popped up. You could win a lottery and come from here to here. God can do that. So what I'm saying is you cannot say that a person is not of God. And I'm not saying that. I don't judge nobody. Some people got they stuff where they judge everybody. I ain't like that. I feel like this. To each his own. If God using you in that way, God called you. I don't got nothing to do with it. And I don't worry about nobody else on YouTube. I don't worry about nobody else's channel. I don't worry about, sometimes you feel like things might be said towards you. You know what I do? I brush it off. But it don't bother me. I brush it off. But it's fine because I know that I'm doing what God called me to do. And if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to, believe me, God gonna tell me. You can say what you want to say. Let me not do what I'm supposed to. He'll tell me, you got to go back. You got to make that right. And I have came back and making stuff right. So I'm here to tell you right now that some people just don't want change. They are totally in darkness and they want to stay in darkness. And if they want to stay in darkness, you have a choice. But he's saying that I'm gonna give you double for your trouble if you let me work with you. See, you gotta have a personal relationship with God. And this is for the people, the double for the trouble. This is the people that went through and they doing the work or they done did the work. Or they, because you always gonna continue to have to be delivered from something. Now, if a person tell you they've been totally delivered and they totally living all the way right, that's a lie, because we all sinners. We all don't feel short of his glory. No, no, no. You're gonna always work on yourself. You're gonna wake up in the morning and something gonna tee you off that ain't right. Or, not every morning, but it's gonna be somebody gonna test those buttons. Because the enemy gonna come back and show you gonna test you to see if you still weak in that area. So you have to keep praying. You have to keep yourself lifted up. You have to keep yourself in a high vibration. And your vibration, the reason why I tell you to stay in a high vibration, because see when the enemy comes, because he gonna come. He gonna come to tell you that you not where you supposed to be. I told you not who you supposed to be. I told you not where you supposed to be. See, he wants total control over your life. As long as he can keep you stuck in that area in your life where you can't move, that's all he wants. He just wants to keep you stuck. He don't want to keep you in a place where you can move and excel. He wants to keep you stuck. He wants to keep you in that trauma, that bad trauma that happened to you. But see, you don't have to be stuck just because we choose to be stuck. Because there's no such thing, and I can say that, and you say that's easier said than done. I've been there. Everything that you might be done went through, been through. Believe me, I have been there, and I have overcame a lot of my stuff. Now I'm not telling you I'm all the way healed in some areas, no, but I'm working on that. I ain't gonna tell you that I'm, where everywhere that just like Jesus, walking like Jesus. No, I'm not. I sin just like everybody else. I have to repent because your very thought is a sin. You could. This is what I try to tell you. Your very thought is a sin. If you think about how you think about people, wish death on people, your very thoughts is a sin, and you have to repent for that. But this is what he's saying: I'm gonna give you double for your trouble if you just let me help you. I can make you as white as snow. That means if you just come to him, he can peel those layers off of you. He can peel those layers off that's got you bound. And because hatred is something that's when you jealous of a person and you hate a person and you feel envious of a person, that's the enemy. That is nothing of God. God is not like that because what he did for this one, he'll do for that one. He set that one free. He willing to set you free. Only thing he wants you to do is come to him. So just you have to trust God in the process. You have to trust him in all things and everything. You have to trust God to get you where you need to be. And you have to understand that when we walking with God, we're gonna always go through trials and tribulation. He never said it would be easy. He never said that it would be easy. He said that he would be with us until the end of time. He never said that you had to walk this by yourself. But see, the reason why we stuck because we don't want to let go. And we every time somebody touch those areas in your life, you want to get offended. You want to find some way to try to block them or stop them or do when they touch those dark areas that you don't want them to touch. And see, that's how you know when something is not right with you. Because I'm gonna tell you how I know. See, like I tell you, I know when something ain't right when somebody touch something that I don't know that I need healing in. Because sometimes you could think that you need that you heal, but when somebody touch that thing, you get an attitude. See, that lets you know right there you need to go work on that area right there. See, God is identifying what you need to work on. See, let me tell you something about when you block people and you try to stop people. This is what happens. You don't like to be exposed. People don't like to be exposed. But when you block people and you stop people, that's what God does. He exposes them because you trying to get in his way of what he trying to do. See, once you see, this is what y'all not understand. If you block somebody and stop somebody, are you trying to do whatever you witchcraft and all this crap that I'm sick of? When you do that stuff, and you know what God gonna do? He gonna when you come against that child of God, what he gonna do is he gonna come up against you. He gonna start exposing you. And see, the enemy is this is how he works. What he does is see, he don't want you to get this double for your trouble. This is your blessing. He don't want you to get that. He wants you to and see some of these people that been working for the devil, and they ain't been able to produce what he said. See, he coming back to collect. See, that's what he do. He come back to collect. You don't do what he tell you to do. He come back to collect. And when he don't come back to collect, when you can't give him what he need, and that was to destroy the chosen one. When you can't give him what he need, he gonna come back for your head. So you need to understand. That's why God say you need to choose who you gonna serve. Because that's one thing about the enemy. Because I promise you this, I'm gonna tell you this, and I think I told y'all this one time before. See, we don't, God told me this. He spoke this to me, and I was sitting with somebody, and I said, Lord, why is that person suffering like that? I said, I can't take it sitting there and this woman suffering. Like, can you just please take it? I can't stand to see an animal suffer. And I sure can't stand to see a human being just suffering like this. And I said, Lord, I can't do it. Lord have mercy, I can't do it. I don't know if I'm gonna do this. And he said, well, he said, I'm getting tired of people asking me. I'm gonna talk about this in a minute. I'm getting tired of people asking me to take these people when they don't belong to me. She didn't worship me. She had idols that she worshiped. That's what God told me. So we're gonna talk about these idols. See, I'm trying to show you something so you can get to the blessing. When these idols are in your life that you like to praise and worship these materialistic things like cars and how these illusional things, this is what happens. We get wrapped up in this world. We're supposed to be in the world and not of the world. And see, we're not supposed to get wrapped up in a lot of these things. But um we get lost. And see, a lot of us come into a calling of God, and we end up getting lost. That's why you got to pray every day that God keep you humble, that God keep you together, that he keep your mind right, he keep you together, he keep you in high vibration. You got to pray for these things. You got to meditate for these things, and you got to work on yourself. You got to work on yourself. First of all, you got to know when you got a problem. See, you can't help other people unless you know that you got a problem. Now, see, when God show you, okay, I need you to work on this, you need to take time out and stop what you're doing and work on yourself. And you have to do that in order to maintain what God is calling you to do in your season. So in this season here, he's calling he's calling certain people to do certain things, and you got to know what he's calling you to do. And you got to know when your season come. You got to know that you can't, like, you could be getting ready to do a business office because he's getting ready to give some of y'all some of this blessing. But what he wants you to know, I'm gonna give you some chapters to read. But what he wants you to know is that some of y'all done did the work, and he getting ready to bless you. And when he bless you, it's gonna be magnificent what he gonna do. He's gonna bless you. He's gonna give you 20 folds of what you suffered through. But he wants you to know he want to give each and every one of you that blessing. But see, one thing about it, he gotta know, can he trust you with it? Can he trust you with the blessing? Can he trust you to do what he asks you to do? Like if he give you a lump sum of money, can he trust you? Will you do this for? Will you put to this organization? Will you do to see? You gotta show yourself self-approved. Yeah, but see, that's something when you got to work on yourself. Now you gotta understand that everything with God is in decent and in order. So what he trying to say is, I want to give you these blessings, but I need you to work on yourself. I need you to come out of some of the stuff that you in. I need you to ask me to help. He wants you to have a personal relationship with him. And he wants you to know that he loves you. We're gonna talk about this more tomorrow too. But he wants you to know that he loves you and that he has a blessing for you, but can he trust you with it? Can he trust you with the blessing? Can he trust you with giving you double for your trouble? Now, the reason why I say can he trust you with, because that's probably is gonna be a blessing, a mountains of blessings. But when he tell you to move, are you gonna be able to shift in the spirit? When he tell you to do certain things with it, are you gonna be able to shift in the spirit? Or are you gonna take it and hog it up and do what you want to do with it? See, that's what he wanna know. Can I trust you? That's what God is asking. Can I trust you? Now that's what he giving me. Can I trust you with the blessing that you praying for? Can I trust you to do the right thing in this business? Can I trust you to help somebody that need help when you get way up here? Can I help? Are you gonna change or forget where you came from? Can I trust you with the blessing? Can I trust you with it? That's what he's saying. So you got to go through multiple tests, and a lot of y'all going through tests, and I'm going through tests too. Believe me, I'm going through tests too. See, a lot of people think that the test is for you. It ain't for you. It's for the people around you. See, they don't get that. That's what they miss. They always think, "Oh, that test ain't for me." Some of them, and let me tell you something about a test. You don't get to not take it no more. You gonna take it until you pass. You ever seen people that keep hitting their head up against the wall, and they don't went to jail one time, they don't went to jail two times, they don't went to jail three times, they don't went to jail four. They gonna go to jail until they move to where God want them to move to. See, that's what they're not understanding. It's like if God is calling you to do something and you don't want to do it and you keep going that way when you should go that way, you gonna repeat that blessing all over again. You don't not get the flunk and think you gonna flunk out, because he gonna keep giving you that test until he can give you that double portion, until you can do what God called you to do. He wants you. He has called you to do something for him. He has called you to work for him. He has called you to do a whole lot for you, but because you are so stubborn, because you're so stuck in your ways that your parents gave you, was teaching you, those ways wasn't right. And I'm just gonna tell you, they did the best they could, but they raised you in an unhealthy hill place themselves. That's why we all toxic. And you heard what I said, we all toxic, because they raised us in an unhealthy place, and they was not healed. So that's why we come up with all these diseases. That's why our children is a mess. That's why all this stuff is going on like it is, because we are toxic. And we have to work on that toxicity. Now, and that's why I tell you, when you're working on yourself and you come out of those toxic ways, you're going to learn. You're going to have to cut some people loose, because you don't need to pick that spirit up no more. That's why you got to cut them loose, because they still in that place where they stuck at, and they don't want to be free right now. They feel comfortable where they at. I told y'all the story about the bird, that she didn't want them to get comfortable there, so she kicked the nest out the tree. That's why she kicked that, because she ain't want them to get comfortable. She want them to go out and find a life of their own. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. God is telling you, I want you to be able to move freely and don't feel like you so conflicted and feel like you can't do what I asked you to do, because the devil got you tied up back here in a bad situation, or tied, and your mind is in an illusion, in a concept of where you can't move and all that. He don't want you to be like that. He wants you to be able to move freely, so you can get the blessings that's truly belonging to you. Now I'm gonna get to that tomorrow, but I want you to understand that he gonna give you your portions of blessing. But he ain't gonna give it to you if you tied to this over him. He ain't gonna give it to you, because you know why he can't give it to you when you tied to this over him, or you got these over him that don't that's not on the not where you are. Because if he give it to you, they gonna suck it up. They gonna have a succubus energy, and that's why he can't give you this right here. because he want to give it to you. Yes, he does. He don't want you to have no lack. He don't want none of us to have no lack. But what he wants you to know is if I give it to you and you ain't ready for it, you gonna take it and you gonna destroy it. You gonna spend it all them people that don't mean you no good. When I told you, I'm telling you what I want you to do with this. You have to when God give you this double portion of a blessing, you have to be obedient in it. You have to do what he asks you to do with it. You have to move the way he tell you to move in so the abundance will keep going. See, that's what he's saying. I want to know, can I trust you with? Can I trust you not to go and give it all away? Can I trust you to just let me tell you and lead you what to do with it? Can I trust you that you won't go and do the wrong thing? Because some people when they get money, they get $1 million and they broke what couple but a year later. That's because they didn't listen to what God told them to do with it. They just went to buying. That's just like when you're in a business. If you like sometime when you in a business and your business don't move sometimes. You gotta have the knowledge to know to put something back. You gotta have the knowledge to know that you can't spend like that. You're gonna have a season. See, God gonna test you in that season when your business not moving right to see how you gonna move. Is you gonna take that all out the bank and spend it? Or is you gonna take all that out there and do that? Is you gonna keep helping them family members to get out of jail that you know done went to jail 40 times? Is you gonna keep helping that family member that ain't trying to help themselves? That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. That's what he giving me now. You gonna keep paying that relative light bill because they don't want to get out and work. You gonna keep doing all this stuff that you do. That with the blessing that I give you, and you not gonna do nothing that I ask you. Can I trust you with the blessing? Can I trust you with it? And that's what he giving me. Can I trust you with this abundance here? He want to give you no lack. No lack. He want to give you no lack. See, this is the land of milk and honey over here. But he can't, if you with the wrong person, he can't give it to you. You know why? Because they going to have a sucker was in. They going to suck it up and they going to take it and they going to take your inheritance and go spend it with somebody. Because see, I'm telling you, sometimes, men don't believe this. But sometimes when they in a relationship and a woman don't want to be with them and they in the relationship with them, they could be married or in a committed relationship and she don't want to sleep with you and you wonder why that negligee you by she don't want to put it on. You know why? Because I bet you she's somewhere putting it on for another man. That's most time how it is. But not all the time. Now some of the time it be because a man don't know how to treat a woman too. So but I'm just here to just tell you what God's speaking to me. I just know for myself from the relationships I've been in, a lot of times I ain't want to, be like that because they didn't know how to treat me. you know, and then I just I see I got out of stuff like that. When you act like you don't know how to treat me, I just see I can't deal with it. But I'm just trying to say that he want to give you this over here, milk and honey. But he cannot give it to you because see, you must be at the place where he question you, can he trust you? He want to know, are you going to do the work to work on yourself? Are you going to show yourself self-approved? Are you going to go to the Father and say, Lord, I need to change. I need a change in my life. I need for you to work with me. I need for you to talk with me. I need for you to help me. And that's what he's saying. That he know you've been through a lot. He know that you've been through hell as a child. He know that those people didn't do you right. He knows that those people wasn't good to you. He know that your life was a living hell. He know that. He sees everything you've been through. But he wants you to know, I see what you've been through. I want to bless you for what you've been through. Just come to me. Let me help you so I can give you the milk and honey in the right way. I want you to cut some of this stuff out of your life that don't mean you no good. That's keeping you stuck. Because you're going to get people that you hang around people like you grew up with. Like if you grew up with your uncle, and your uncle was a man that I'm just using an example. Your uncle was a man that was what they call him back then, a gigolo. He liked to play in the women. He liked to any kind of one, wherever Papa laid his head at, that was his home. That's how your uncle was. I'm just making a point now. Okay. He wants you to get out them toxic ways. See, that stuff be passed down to us. It's like if you had a family member that drank a lot, then that's passed down to you. That's passed down through one of your children. You know, it's passed down through one of your children. So I'm just here to just tell you, just know that God cares for you and He loves you, and just know that He want to give you double for your trouble. And I'm gonna cut it off right there, and that He's and for your shame that you went through, for your shame, He gonna give you double. So just know that God cares. He cares about you, and He loves you, and He wants you to work on yourself, meditate and pray. But work on yourself. I'm gonna keep stressing that. Work on yourself. Ask God to work on you. Ask God to help you to come out these toxic ways. But we need to get back on these toxic ways. We got to break these cycles because they are. I see that they. The more and more I look at this stuff, I just when God showed me that it's toxic. So I'm just here to just tell you today to just trust God in the process. Love yourself. Keep yourself on high vibration. Don't worry about the people that keep you blocked, try to stop you. Don't worry about them. You know what you do with them? You act like you don't even see them. Just keep moving. I'm telling you, just keep moving. Don't even worry about it. See, a person can't argue with you if they ain't got nobody to argue with. So whatever they do to you, just know that God in control. Just know whatever they do unto you because you a child of God, they done unto God. And God gonna deal with them. And that's all you got to know. And just trust God that whatever they do to you, it ain't gonna prosper. Whatever they do to you, they done unto God. And that's in the Bible. So just know that. If they touched you, they touch God. The way they feel about you is the way they feel about God. So you know what? That's how you look at that. And you know that if they feel that way about God, then you know God gonna handle them. So I just want to tell y'all, I thank y'all for liking and subscribing. I thank y'all for coming to the channel. I thank y'all for the newcomers. I thank y'all for y'all love and support, y'all comments and everything. And until next time, bye. Love y'all.